Hello, you've reached the police department's voicemail. Pay close attention as we update choices often as new and unusual circumstances arrive. Please select one of the following options. To whine about us not doing anything to solve a problem that you created, press 1. To inquire as to whether someone has to die before we'll do something about a problem, press 2. To report an officer for bad manners when in reality the officer is trying to keep your neighborhood safe, press 3. If you'd like us to raise your children, press 4. If you'd like us to take control of your life due to your chemical dependency, press 5. If you'd like us to instantly restore order to a situation that took years to deteriorate, press 6. To provide a list of officers you personally know so we will not take enforcement action against you, press 7. To sue us or tell us you pay our salary and you'll have our badge, or to proclaim our career is over, press 8. To whine about a ticket and or complain about the many other uses for police rather than keeping your dumb ass in line, press 9. Please note your call may be monitored to assure proper customer support, and remember, we're here to save your butts, not kiss them. Thanks for calling your local police department, and have a nice day.
Dear dispatcher, I am calling in a complaint. Black Lives Matter, so please don't put me on hold because this can't wait. This is not a problem I created. I'm only 16, but I'm sure I know the difference between safe and annihilation. This call is in regard for my parents who have worked very hard. I'm sure your time is valuable and you need to help others, but I am concerned for I have 2 brothers. This is not my first call, but this is not the first time. This is not a civil rights matter, but the violation of mankind. Even though I put emphasis on the importance of the call, I was told that this might be a lost cause, and told by some not to bother at all. I'm told as a teen to forget about the past and live my life. So not only am I to forget the past, but also those who have paid the price. Well, I refuse. I refuse to forget about it all. It has to be something you can do. That's the reason for my call. Maybe you would take me more serious if I was older and wiser. Then my concerns may reach your supervisor. I'm not too young to notice the disappearance of black men, and everyone telling me that this was back then. Sometimes I too wish I was misled, too young to understand, delusional or dreaming. But I can only hold the past by its true meaning. Gone by the time, or no longer existing. Keyword, no longer. Yes, my people are strong. They can hold on. But how much stronger do they need to be? How much longer will this continue to be? From the current date to the years of late, when our leaders were assassinated 5 years straight. Medgar, 63. Malcolm, 65. And Martin, 68. I told them it must be a misunderstanding from no longer existing and occurring now, not to be confused with the 1955 beating of a 14-year-old child. With his head disfigured and his eyes gouged. Many claim that his death was pivotal to the civil rights era, but this is not throwback history, but today's terror. See, this problem is no longer back in the days. Well, let's fast forward 57 years later, another murder, only 3 years different in age. Another pivotal point to the black movement. Black Lives Matter, yet no improvement. The Martin family was instrumental in change, but I'm sure preferred for their son to live. You tell me to leave the past alone. I tell you that was not that long ago. Please wait. There is more. What about the 13-year-old playing cops and robbers killed in 1994? Some would argue the justice system is corrupt and black men are not the only target. And those hurting parents will not even consider this an argument. Regardless of the corruption, it can never compare to eliminating reproduction. Significant difference in getting locked up and never getting back up. I know the parents of Chicago leader Fred Hampton would trade places with the young man Jeff Walker pre-case on campus. See, I would love to leave the past alone, but the past has never ended, but only carried on. We are not speaking of laws that may be overturned, but lives that will never return. I wish all could be forgotten. The COINTELPRO, the King Alfred Act, illegal plots, psychological and systematic schemes and whatnot. Why is it a concern for I am a different gender? Well, without my father's past, how would I be remembered? What child can we bear without our men? There will be no Black Girls Rock if I was to forget about back then. Sure, our black men have some flaws, but surely their lives are bigger than our laws. Maybe a few of my peers need to pull their pants up before they end up face down even with their hands up. I'm afraid if I don't do something about my past, I won't have a future, especially if the one sworn to protect me is the shooter. About the 1921 Tulsa, Oklahoma bombing of a black nation, Fruitvale Station, our present day, the Eric Harris assassination. How can I forgive the past when the past is a cold-blooded murder? The past choked Eric Gardner at the New York corner, even though he uttered he couldn't breathe. The past brutally beat Rodney Glenn King and left a young man's body cold in Ferguson. I repeat, the past is a cold-blooded murderer. The past has no sympathy, only an empty spot that cannot fill the void of Coast Guard Walter Scott, who was killed after a traffic stop. The past has run a war on drugs for more than 40 years. The past has exonerated South Carolina cops over 200 shootings and they were all cleared. Yet, the past has sent 8 educators to prison for cheating that was unforgiving. One can say the educational system is tough on crime. However, let's keep in mind, a Louisiana English teacher having a threesome with a student without any jail time? Speaking of cheating, how many have been mistreated, cheated out of a second chance, or perhaps to advance? I am a child of God. I pray my strength in the heart to forgive the past, but it's the present I will need help with.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is